Eksklusibong nakapanayam ni Jessica Soho si UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon na bumisita kahapon sa mga nasalanta ng Bagyong Yolanda sa Tacloban. Tunghayan natin ang bahagi ng kaniyang panayam.
First of all, Mr. Secretary General, let me just thank you formally for this wonderful opportunity to interview you. And thank you for coming to our country.
It's a great pleasure for me to visit the Philippines at this time. I just wanted to see for myself how United Nations and the Filipino government were doing to address this tragic disaster caused by Typhoon Yolanda.
I understand you dropped everything just to be here. Is that correct, Mr. Secretary General?
That's right. I wanted to come a little bit earlier, but because of all these current situations, I had to dispatch the emergency relief coordinator, Valerie Amos, and the other senior advisors like head of UNICEF and head of UN Population Fund have already visited here. And our whole UN country team are fully engaged on the ground. And we are coordinating with the international community to provide the necessary life-saving support, like food, water, sanitation, and other urgent matters like vaccinating children against measles or polio.
It's very reassuring to hear you talk about the commitment of the UN to our country. You just came in from Tacloban, sir, and how affected were you, and how does this disaster compare with the other disaster areas that you've visited?
I have been traveling to many disaster-stricken areas, but it's very difficult to compare this disaster to another one, because other disasters, each and every disaster has its unique dimension and scope of damage, but this damage, total destruction, enormous number of people's loss, that was quite saddened. I was very saddened. It was a total destruction. It was beyond descriptions. Words could not describe my feeling, how much I was sad. At the same time, I was very much impressed by the resilience of the people in the community. The business were slowly returning to normalcy, and there was some lively way of living. I met many people. Of course, from their faces, I felt very sad, very much frustrated. But I wanted to give them sense of hope. Never despair. The international community, led by the United Nations, will continue to stand behind you, together with the Filipino government. As you know, the United Nations has launched a strategic response plan with the amount of $800 million. And this is immediate response coming over 12 months in complementing what the Filipino government will do in a mid and longer term infrastructure, rebuilding, resettlement, and livelihoods. We will try to continue to work together with the Filipino government. I met many young children in the school. From their faces, I could see the future, hope of future of Philippines. I do not want to give them any despair. I just wanted to give them a sense of hope. They were all singing and dancing and cheering the United Nations, but I really wanted to do something more for them. Yeah. That's my commitment.
corruption is still a big issue in our country. With so much funds coming in from donor organizations worldwide and even from the UN, a lot of concern had been expressed as to whether the money will be used wisely, properly, honestly. Will the UN help ensure that the money will indeed go to where it was originally intended?
The good governance and rule of law, that's a basic foundation of any government, any society. And that is why United Nations has been consistently urging and trying to help countries to promote and establish a rule of law based on good governance. When international community is providing generous support, this support, every single dollar should be spent to the very purpose and very need of the people.
Ang kabuuan po ng panayam na yan mapapanood bukas ng gabi sa State of the Nation with Jessica Soho.